God, you are so amazing.
I knew you would help me, Lord.
You are so awesome.
There is nothing you can't do.
Thank you for meeting my needs, Lord.
Thank you, God.
You know, when I was growing up, I was really never afraid of heights. I used to climb trees and make tree forts and just have a great time. And in 1975, I decided I wanted to take a trip to Florida. And the only way to really do it was to fly. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna have a problem or not. I bought the tickets and got dropped off at the airport. And I'm walking down this accordion little hallway that attaches to this plane, and I see this little round door in the side of a plane. I put my head through there and I said, this is not gonna work. It ain't gonna happen. So I just said, but I really want to go to Florida. So I stayed. I got in the plane, sat down, plane took off, and that was it. I got sick, my ears popped, I was a mess. Plane landed in Florida. I was sick for 2 days. I didn't have any other money, I couldn't do anything else, so I had to take the plane back. Sick as a dog, ears are popping. And we landed back in Philadelphia International, and I said, never again will I ever get an airplane. And then later on in life, a little later, I met Kathy, and we decided to take a little trip to Florida. Ears popped, nauseous, sweat. All of a sudden she goes, oh look, it's raining outside. We lost hydraulic fluid. And we broke through the clouds into Philly International, and there they were, all the fire trucks lined up and landed it beautiful. So I told Kathy, I said, never ever. This is the last time, I'll never get in another plane. It was the first Alaska trip, and she signed up for it and everything else, and I was laying in bed one night and well, something told me, Chuck, you should go on the Alaska trip. I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's too far. I'd never do it. And I said, no, that's final. Never do it. And a few nights later, they said, no, you should really go on the trip. And I'm like, I don't know why he wants me to go on a trip. But I said, okay, I'll go on a trip. Knowing how sick I'm going to get, but I'll go on this trip. Why I'm going on, I don't know. Got on the plane to go to Alaska, and I had no problems. That's weird. I was a little scared, I was nervous, but I actually had no problems flying. And flying home, I remember we were in the airport and there was mechanics out there with the little computer boxes, and they were having problems with the airplane, and I said, it didn't bother me. When I did fly, I always listened to Cher. She was my girl when we flew. But we replaced Cher with Sweetly Broken. And that's my takeoff song and landing song. And if I remember, and if I was right, in Minnesota, when we went out to the tarmac and back, I listened to it 27 times. 27 times, but it was beautiful. And that's my song I fly by now. And then later on that December, we took our grandkid down to Disneyland. On the way back, we hit the turbulence. It was nasty. And it was so bad that the waitresses, or whatever you want to call them, they had to run and get buckled in their seats real fast. And it didn't bother me at all, that turbulence bouncing around. If he didn't talk to me, if he didn't tell me that night to go, I would never be able to fly anymore right now, which is the way I fly now. I give him all the praise, because he made me enough courage, enough nerve to get on that plane for 8 hours. So, you know, I can do it again, but not this year.
This is my story. This is my song.